BK Drama Bird Gang Sports. You already know what it is. You know what we're here to do. We got a lot to discuss, baby. Today I want to talk about just the NFC East in general, man. Like, we got the New York Giants. We got the Washington question marks right now. As of now, they the question marks. We don't know what they're going to be called. We got the Dallas Cowboys, and then we got us, the Philadelphia Eagles. Who is more likely to get into the playoffs and kind of make a run in the playoffs? Now, before the haters, because I know the haters is coming, before y'all even come in, and 9 times out of 10, 9.5 times out of 10, is most definitely going to be a Cowboys fan. They were born to hate. The Cowboys fans were just, that's what they do the most. That's what they good at. They're good at hating and they're good at talking. But before y'all even jump in and come with y'all gonna make the run in the whole Carson injury thing, y'all, like, you can't really make the run. You haven't made that run in the playoffs in 20 some years. So you can't really say y'all can make the run. If anything, the last team who did make that actual run in the playoffs was us. So, and I'm not just saying giving us the credit because it's my team. If we go back further, then it was the Giants then. You know what I'm saying? Like, you catch my drift though? So what I'm saying is, I feel like the Eagles like do have an edge because of quarterback. And of course, you're going to say, well, how are you going to say that when Dak threw for 5,000 yards last year, but he didn't make it to the playoffs? And Dak had better weapons. They had a more high-power offense than we did, but Wentz prevailed and Doug Peterson prevailed. Now, you can use the excuse of coach. You can use the excuse of your coach and having a new coach there with Mike McCarthy and how he may bring something different to y'all's game. Who knows what he's going to bring different? If it's anything to do with passing, you didn't really need that. He threw for 5,000 last year. So you didn't really need a new scheme for passing. Now, maybe it was your defense. And to me, if you ask me, you upgraded more on the offensive side than you did on your defensive side. And the defense was the problem for y'all last year. So I don't really see how, before y'all could jump in here and even, like, you know, kind of come out here with your chest out and stuff like that, I don't see how you could think that, you know, y'all could really, really do what y'all think y'all could do. It's been so long. You can only hope that. Now, I'm not gonna like say you wrong about hoping that y'all had this tremendous season and running the playoffs. Everybody do that. But just to come out here and say, no, y'all trash, y'all, we're going to do this. No, you can't really say that. We know things change in the NFL. If any team knows that by now, it's us. The last 3 seasons. We've been dealing with injuries the last 3 seasons, but somehow we still end up in the playoffs the last 3 seasons, like, and the Super Bowl. So, I mean, it's a lot to it. And the deeper you get into the season, things start changing. Like, as far as who actually gonna be out there for you the rest of the season and stuff like that. But on to the Redskins and the Giants. See, the Skins, well, whatever their name is, I'm gonna call them Washington. On to Washington and the Giants. So with these two teams, it's kind of hard to say, like, it really is kind of hard to say where they're gonna be. I know they got the addition of new pieces and stuff like that, but it's really not enough. Washington is basically, I would say Washington is rebuilding and gonna try to get, you know, all their weapons around their coach. Like, they rebuilding to get, it's rebuilding for them. Just as the same thing as the Panthers, even though they're not in our division, but it's just the similarities of what I think those two teams are going through right now. There's no way they're gonna come out and think they're gonna do something this year. That's almost impossible to even happen. But you go to the New York Giants, and the Giants, Daniel Jones, I guess, you know, he did show a lot of progress. It was signs throughout the season where you could see, like, this dude is he got a lot of potential to really turn into something that could be great. And that's no hate. And that's not a biased opinion. That's coming from an Eagles fan. I do think that he did show signs of being a leader at times, being able to scramble in the NFL with these guys coming at you and putting the ball on the money sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. It just go to show that, being a rookie and stepping in a new environment, that he really could handle the pressure. And that's what you really need to see in a rookie in his first year. So we'll see where he goes from there. But I really don't really see the Giants as really being a real threat to us in the division. I don't really see that. They could have a decent record, a winning type record, maybe, but I don't really see them being a threat to us though in the division. So that's the only reason why I would rule them out right now. But they have a few pieces that they just need to get there in the trenches for them together. They get the trenches together. They got pieces around the trenches that I think that they can really, do some damage to certain teams out here. But that's really ultimately why I think the Giants and Washington is just going to be probably in the bottom. Now, I would probably think the Skins will probably be all the way at the bottom. But we'll see. Like I said, the season, things flip-flop and change early on, the middle, and at the end of the season, stuff changes just like that. So we just got to wait and see on that. And I just feel like the Eagles, as far as the coaching, as far as the lineup, I think the team itself as a whole is enough to get the job done. The only questionable areas to me is the linebacker position. Other than that, I think we have depth in enough areas. Like, people are going to be really seriously fighting for position. So we got enough depth in all of those other areas that it's just the linebacker position that's questionable for me. And then, we could fix that, throughout the season and stuff like that. So, things could be switched up and people could be traded, and you know how that go. If you watch football for a while, you know how that goes. So we could get pieces, but we just got to wait and see. But as far as the whole team as a whole, I think that we are all right, man. I think that we look much better than we did last season. And now that we got the pieces that we thought we was going to have, and the wide receivers and Deshaun Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey, hopefully, Deshaun will be able to play and doesn't be suspended and can join us in, all of these games. And hopefully both of them can be healthy and ready to go, being that, Alshon is going to be on contract year right now. And D-Jax just want to show off, because I did see that he mentioned that, he trying to get into the Hall of Fame, so he got to do a lot. You got to do, I can say a lot, but he got to do some more. You want to do some more damage. You don't want to devalue yourself now while you're still active. So that's why I think they will ball out now. That's just me, but that's why I think they will ball out now. And that's why I think that we got a slightly upper hand over the Cowboys, because of the simple fact that even without these guys, we still did what we did. And you could say the division was trash. Well, y'all just trash for letting us having 75% of our roster out there win a division. That's on y'all. That's not on us. Now, us having our whole gang out there right now, and I'm thinking that our receivers they're gonna last. And then we got those young studs too that's gonna get a shot. And being because of the receivers, the starting receivers that we missed out on last year, being that they're back, it's going to be hard for the younger guys to really get out there. So the little bit of time that they do get out there, they have to show what they can do. And with no preseason, it just make it that more aggressive. So when they get out there, I just feel like, man, it's going to be a lot of competition. And I hope it's a lot of friendly competition. Nothing that really break the locker room up. But we just gotta wait and see on that, man. But that's really all I wanted to talk about the guys in the NFC East and all of these other teams, and who I feel is really going to come out on top now. Just say two of us do really good. We could good enough to maybe both of us get into the playoffs. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But somebody got to go. Somebody got to go. And I feel like it's going to be us. And that's not biased. That's just off of like I said, how we got in last season, and the Cowboys essentially, initially, were a more high power offense. They had a more, like they could score more, basically. They could put up more points. And their defense was supposedly supposed to be this. They even made up, I forgot the name they made for themselves, but like it didn't really look out like that for their defense. So I feel like what we had and what we did and what we got now, and the addition of the new pieces we have now, I just feel like we gonna